Good morning. Welcome to another Friday. Hope your week has been lovely. Today we're going to continue on with what we started on Monday. We're going to be working on our shins. Now, in the video that we had earlier in the week, we used just a double lacrosse ball, but today we're going to use a roller, since there's probably a bit more people out there that have that than the old double lacrosse ball. Now, this one having something that's got a bit of texture here will be quite good, because it'll let us grip and sort of smear side to side and all around that sort of muscle area. So we're going to start up on the top of our leg, right up near, just below the sort of the knee there, just off to the side. So starting off, getting up there, just gonna, we've got all that sort of tissue that just runs over the front of the knee there. So we need to start right at the top. And crisscross our legs over the back there again, watching that spine, making sure you're not sort of hunching over or arching up too much. And we're just gonna get down there and sort of really slide back and forth, crisscrossing at the front of that muscle now. Particularly sore for me today. I've done a lot of walking. Extra time we've had here in lockdown, it's been good to get out and catch up with a few people and exercise those socializing parts of ourselves. Yes, it's quite sharp in this area and sort of quite grippy and tender. So again, you have control over this. If it's too much, you can ease off and just take something a bit more of a gentler approach and not put your whole body weight behind it. Again, you've got, the control of that. Starting off there, really just going against the grain. So the muscle sort of fibers would be going straight down the leg there. So we're trying to break them up by sort of crisscrossing and sort of hacksawing across the front of that shin bone there. So we really want to get it, waking it up. Like I said in the sort of today's tip, it's all about us remapping how these muscles are feeding back information to the brain. So if we're not using them, or they're shut off, or they're sort of a little bit wounded, they're gonna stop mapping through to the brain. Hiya, Maureen. Hope you're well this morning, Maureen. Hope the weather's nice and sunny up there for you. Oh, got a few crunches and sort of good bits through that area there. Just going to keep moving there. Again, like any of the sort of soft tissue stuff we do, if you find a spot that's particularly tender and sort of feeding back a little bit of pain, rest on it. Take a big breath in for about the count of 4. Hold it there. You can then put a little bit more pressure through there, or even sort of flex that leg back into the roller a little bit there for another 4 seconds, and then breathing out for about 8 seconds. So to keep that going all the way down the shin. Again, seesawing, crisscrossing, as if you're trying to saw your own leg off. Reenact that movie. What a fun time. Cool. And now, once you've done that on one side, let's just stretch out the front of that leg a little bit. So, on sitting on the front of our legs, and then just slowly bringing that leg up. Again, stretching that front of the ankle there. Depending on how flexible you might be able to bring this all the way up, or maybe even just a few millimeters off the ground is all you can manage. But holding it there, nice, good front of the leg stretch there, or front of the shin. Would be lovely. Now, holding it there again, breathing. Again, with this stretch, just like anything, if you notice that you're holding your breath, or you just can't take a full breath, you're going too deep, ease off a bit. There's no prizes for stretching it more than your others. Morning, Aaron. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Aaron, it's shin splints. Is that something you ever had to deal with? with your back in your running days. I'm going to switch over to our opposite leg. Let's flip it around. Again, starting back at the top, just below the knee bone there. We're just going to get in a position where I'm in the camera. And again, just seesawing across side to side. Again, runners, cyclists, anyone who's on their feet or using that sort of ankle range of motion quite a lot. So pretty much everyone in the world, all the time, using their legs, can get some sort of benefit from just working through this front part, the fascia, the sort of soft tissue, all those good bits. It's not as bad on this side for me, so like with anything, you've often got one side that's a little bit more tender than the other, or I don't know, maybe it's because I wasn't putting as much pressure through it, but either way, I'm enjoying this side a bit more. You did, yes. And did you often do any work to stretch out or work on that front part of your shin? It's a very, very underrated area in terms of what sort of work we can do to manage it ourselves. It's not a big bulky muscle like your hamstrings or even the sort of your shoulders and that, which are quite easy to stretch out. Again, working our way all the way down. We should break up those muscle fibers. Again, I don't like this analogy, the whole bundle of pencils kind of analogy. We're trying to wriggle them all around, all those fibers that are going down the front of the leg, breaking them up, making sure they're not stuck together. Maybe some punk kids spilt some soft drink in your pencil case. Now it's all sticky. Oh. Not today. Not today, bully. Get out of here. I'm smashing my shins. Thought so. I had a feeling, I had an inkling. That might be the case, Aaron. Alrighty. Let's cover that one. Let's finish off again with a stretch of the front of our legs, sitting on our knees, and then just, again, nice upright posture, bringing that leg up. You should feel this right down through the front of that ankle there. Ooh. Not too bad now. That one today didn't go too bad. I think we probably went through it a bit quicker than normal. Again, 2 to 5 minutes. Anywhere between there is a great amount of time just to spend working on one muscle, and if you've got 2 of them, then add them up, and it's a easily sort of 4 to 10 minute kind of session, and then you're ready to go. Great time to do it either first thing in the morning or first thing in bed, just to ramp down. Either way, you'll be doing yourself a favor. All right. Ease out of that. Well, thanks again for those that popped in. Aaron, I owe you one. Maybe another ceramic dog. Either way, I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Catch you later.